Hello everybody, this is TipTop MTG here today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at some news that was just posted by Wizards of the Coast. So it is entitled Strixhaven School of Mages Previews and More 2021 Magic Release Dates. So essentially what we're going to be talking about is some more specific dates for Strixhaven regarding spoilers and when the set is going to release, along with release dates for every other major set that has been announced so far for 2021, along with some new details about the Innistrad sets. So why don't we jump right into this? Starting off, they are going to tell us that the kickoff of Strixhaven will be happening March 25th at 10 a.m. So that is a Thursday. It will be pretty fun. They'll probably announce the mechanics and start card preview season, and then card previews will go for a couple weeks, and I will be covering all of that on my channel, so stay tuned for that. I will not only do a video breaking down the various things they talk about there, but I'll also be covering spoilers every day that they are happening. Alright, so Strixhaven School of Mages. Previews start on March 25th, along with that Twitch live stream. On April 15th, Strixhaven School of Mages will release on MTG Arena and Magic Online, which we could already kind of figure out. It's normally the week before the launch on Thursday instead of Friday. And then pre-release week is from the 16th to the 22nd, and then it releases on the 23rd. So one thing to note here that is kind of important, it's not, you know, they don't say Strixhaven Commander here. They say Commander 2021 Edition, which is new for so many reasons. First off, with Zendikar Rising, Kaldheim, and Commander Legends, it was like Kaldheim Commander was the name of the set. But this is just called Commander, and then in parentheses 2021 Edition, where like last year it was Commander 2020. That was just the name of it. This is called Commander 2021 Edition. So I think we are going to see a slight deviation outside of just a change in packaging. So yeah, keep in mind that this probably means there's going to be slight differences between this and like the Kaldheim Commander decks. Next, we have Magic releases for the rest of 2021. So we have some news. First up, we have the kind of logo for Modern Horizons 2. Looks pretty cool. Nice for me. I can start putting it in thumbnails. But it is releasing on June 11th. It's a follow-up to 2019's Modern Horizons. So the cards will go straight into Modern. It'll be a powerful new toolbox of cards for you to try out. Essentially, it's Modern Horizons, but again with new cards. This time around, we wanted to delight players excited by higher power level and greater complexity with even more of what they loved in Modern Horizons. So expect more powerful cards. I think that was pretty obvious. Modern Horizons 2 includes awesome frame treatments that they're not going to talk about. So yes, there are going to be showcase frames, and they actually confirm that there are going to be draft set collector boosters and pre-release kits. So it will be very similar to a standard release, but for Modern, and I think that's really, really interesting. And I think it's probably a good thing. Yes, these premier sets or the standard sets are, you know, a pretty big deal, and they are the biggest kind of set in terms of what formats they affect. But I think that taking some of these cards that are specifically meant for other formats, these sets that are specifically meant for other formats and treating them more like big sets, I think is going to be a good thing. Yeah, I think that with Commander being such a big deal, these older sets can be more of a focus. So yeah, did we mention there's going to be pre-release? We've already talked about this. We already actually had the release date, but yep, they are confirming it here, June 11th. Now we get into the really new stuff with D&D for Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So we have the release date of July 16th. So they'll begin their journey in Faerun with Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. The first time we're bringing the world of Dungeons & Dragons to a Magic the Gathering release. Unlike our usual mid-year core set release, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms has everything you love about Magic mixed with tropes, tools of Dungeons & Dragons for a flavorful and mechanically unique experience for players. One thing I do want to mention, it does say has everything you love about Magic, which maybe implies that we have Planeswalkers, because when you think Magic, Planeswalkers is one of those really big things. You see the symbol everywhere, you yourself are a Planeswalker, and they are in almost every single set. So is this the confirmation that Planeswalkers are coming? No, it's not a confirmation until they say so, but I think it points towards there could be. But we'll have to really see. And it's an adventure unlike anything you've seen in Magic yet. Finally, as we're closing out of 2021, we're headed back to the fan favorite plane of Innistrad. Our last visit was full of mystery with a twist on cosmic horror, but this time it's a return to the roots of what made Innistrad an enduring fan favorite for years. Packed with even more horror tropes and terrifying monsters, there's so much to share that it's not just one, but two thematic sets to enjoy. When we revealed Innistrad Werewolves and Innistrad Vampires, we weren't ready to show you their names, but now they are. One thing I will mention, we've seen this a lot of, hey, we're going back and returning to the roots. We saw it with Zendikar, where they were like, yep, we're going back, but without the Eldrazi. And I think the same thing's happening here with Innistrad. We're going back, but without the Eldrazi. And it's kind of interesting to see it kind of in that light. So Innistrad Midnight Hunt is releasing on September 17th, so it's around the same time, which kind of throws off my prediction that it would be a little bit early because of the two-set thing. But yep, September 17th will be Innistrad Midnight Hunt, which will be the, I almost said vampire, the werewolf set. Interestingly, it has a very, I know it's different, but it has a kind of similar logo to D&D and the Forgotten Realms. Both have, big, shapes with, creatures in them. I don't know. Either way, it's interesting to see the logo. It's one of the first ones. I didn't really pay attention up here, but it's one that is not in Beleren, and it's very obvious. Beleren is the font that most Magic set names are made of. It's no longer that. They said they were changing that, so that's pretty cool to see. It's really cool to get the release date of September 17th. One thing to note, this is when standard rotation will happen, so September 17th is the day, so keep that in mind. And then we have Innistrad Crimson Vow, which is being released November 19th, which I believe the latest we've ever seen a standard drop, or standard set drop, and that's because of the 5 sets this year. My prediction for why it's like this is not because Innistrad, they loved it so much they wanted to do 2 sets. I think they did this in this way in order to kind of reset things. Right now, there is a very variable amount of time between sets, and it will be like that for 2021. For instance, between Zendikar Rising and Kaldheim was a very, very long break, versus Kaldheim to Strixhaven is not that long. So I think they're going to use this as a jumping off point, and so it wouldn't surprise me if November is kind of the new 4th set of the year time, and they're going to push everything back a little bit. So it's going to be November 19th, and then normally we get a January set, but maybe that's now either February or March set, and so they're going to try and keep the amount of time between sets more consistent. Either way, here is kind of a new little timeline with the updated logos. Kind of weird they didn't put the dates now that we have all these dates, but yep. And then we have our Strixhaven invitation. So yeah, that is it for this announcement. Essentially, Strixhaven, big announcement March 25th, and then we got a bunch of release dates and the names for the Innistrad sets. These were actually leaked a while back, so it's cool to see them get confirmed. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to stay up to date with everything Magic the Gathering, because we'll be covering all of this and more. I will see you in the next one.